So I'm excited to introduce our next speaker. All right, looks like she's ready. So our next speaker is Dr. Keta. And Dr. Keta Patel is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She's a chiropractor, a weight loss entrepreneur. She helps women with weight loss and also with their thyroid health as well. And her goal is to help create more community, spread her message, and to be able to provide hope to those that feel lost and frustrated and whose symptoms are not being addressed. Dr. Keta has been part of our community for the last couple of years. And what's really cool about her journey is that she is really been putting in the effort to get her message out to the world, to get her, to serve her clients. She does it with love. She does it with so much passion. And I wanted her to come over here, join us, and share some of the recent wins and successes that she's had, because her message is really taking off. And so, Keta, welcome to the Perfect Practice stage. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. You almost made me cry. Oh, God. Thank you so much. And yes, being part of this community has helped me so much, personally, with my confidence, obviously, because I had a lot of going into wellness, I had a lot of limiting beliefs. I'm just a chiropractor. How am I going to help these people? Even though I know I've gone through the journey, how am I going to help? But everything that you say, everything that you coached us, every little step, you just take it, you just do it. And before you know, you feel that confidence enough to go out and say, I can help you. Just come and talk to me. I can help you. And if I can't, guess what? Have team of colleagues that I can always refer to or get help from. I don't ever get afraid to ask for help in this community, whether it's a silly question or an important question. I just ask, and it's amazing the response I get. So to have that behind me, it's just amazing to have that. When I joined, I was in a very rough situation, and to see how much I've progressed to this point, to be able to work from anywhere, to be able to go on vacations with my family, not worry about finances, and just emotionally, I just feel so good. And I've been part of other coaching groups, but this is by far, like, for me, it just feels like it's me. This is my community, my people. And Sachin mentioned some personal wins or some recent wins. Yes, so he has a way of challenging us every few months, or he will challenge us, and just take those challenges, because the most recent one was, let's create reels. And so a few weeks ago I did that, and kid you not, I did 2 weeks. I started initially, it was just 2 days, because I said, I can't handle, I'm not going to take on too much. 2 days a week. I did that 1 week, and then the following 2 weeks I did 5 days a week. And the week that followed those 2 weeks, I wake up on Monday and I have all these messages, all these followers. I was at about 833 people following me on Insta. So now I'm close to 3,000. And it feels so good, right? Because there are people out there. And the reason I want to mention that is, until now, if you had asked me what are my goals, how much I want to grow, I would have said, oh, I just want to see people in Louisiana and, build a community. But now seeing all these messages, the frustrations from people, it's almost pushed me and say, I can be bigger. My dreams have to be bigger. Like, your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. So now my dreams are bigger. And because of all this happening so quickly, I actually had a masterclass that week when I was growing so fast. And I didn't know how to take care of that, because all my discovery calls are booked all the way until September. So my call to action normally is to book a call. And I was in a dilemma. But guess what? I had people I can reach out to, and I did. I reached out to Natalie and a few other people in the Perfect Practice community. Natalie sat down the day of my masterclass. We had an hour and a half conversation on Zoom. And guess what? She helped me build a 6 weeks course. We discussed it and we put together a 6 weeks course, not the entire content, but she helped me put together the main page where I can just tell people, hey, here's your call to action. So That's amazing, right? Like to just have somebody who will help you, no matter what, like what situation you're in. So I love it. I don't think I'll ever leave these people. So challenges help, my patients are increasing and the referrals because the results they're getting, the systems that we learn, we're able to keep up with those things. And the results are so amazing that I keep getting referrals, word of mouth, and so many more ideas, so many collaborations, all because of those things I learned through this. It's not just like business. Okay, do this, this, and this. Let's see, or the ROI. It's more like care, serve, and I love that. I absolutely love that. So to learn that, and I don't think I would have gotten here unless I had taken care of myself first. So when I go back to how things were with me, I had to learn that I needed to take care of myself and get to a place, mindset that I know I can help people, but I need to help myself and see how I feel. Everything in the past 2.5 years has brought me to where I'm at right now. And families are happier because of the help that I'm able to provide them. It's just, I can go on and on and on, but yeah, speechless because I've grown so much. I've grown so much.
I love that. So who would, if we had to just, thank you for sharing, by the way, if we had to describe you before versus how someone would describe you now, perhaps maybe your kids, how would have they described you before joining this community versus now having been part of this community?
Yeah, so before, I was a good chiropractor, but I could only do limited things with that. And it was funny, my son, when he was in second grade, and this is a year after I had joined, we were going to his school and I had to do a presentation about what I do. And I was asking him, I said, he has to introduce me to the class. And I said, what are you going to say, buddy? And he's like, simple. My mommy's a doctor and she can help you with anything. I felt so good, the fact that he was saying that, because I don't think I realized that they're listening to everything I say or watching what I do. They're curious as far as when I come home. Now they ask me, so mommy, how many people did you help? What did they say? Come on, tell us, So for them to feel that way about mommy, and mommy's just not mommy, she's able to help people, that was a big deal.
I love that.
The confidence, I can just sum the whole thing up in the confidence, the level of my confidence and the ability to help.
Now you alluded to this, but I'd love to hear the difference, but without naming names, like what you found different between the previous community you were a part of, because there are many different communities out there versus this community. And in the process of kind of shopping around and looking around to see where you fit in best, what made you choose the Perfect Practice community?
The heart-centered. You guys are all heart-centered. I mentioned a little bit that with the other companies that I've joined and I've tried, it's always been, okay, very almost like Excel spreadsheets, right? Fill this up. We want to know your numbers. And that's basically all it was. How well are you? Let's get better at the calls. Let's get better at your talks. But the back end, where you actually show people that you care, attracting patients by showing that you can help them and that you truly care for them. That wasn't there. The heart wasn't there. It was all about numbers. And that was not me. So that's the main, if you're asking right off my head.
No, that's great. What would you tell your 5 year ago self today?
Why did you wait? Because I had been following you for a long time before I decided to join. So why did I wait? But my 5-year-old, when I first opened my practice, think big. I should have thought big, because I didn't.
Yeah, and we alluded to that this morning, right? It requires the same amount of energy to think big versus think small. So let's all think big. Let's all celebrate what we're capable of, and let's all celebrate Keta for sharing today. Thank you so much.
Actually, if you don't mind, I had one more thing.
Go for
The
it.
reason I'm able to grow this big is everything the templates, the systems that you helped us create, right? So that was one of the things that was not included, or that was not part of, it was just like, here, you need to do this, but like, how do I do this? You guys teach every single step, and you give us these templates that are basically, we can take a couple of hours and we have it. We have a lead magnet, we have a program, so that's another big, huge thing.
Thank you. Yeah, when I've been part of several groups in the past, and while they provide awesome information, that's one of the reasons we created our program. Is it's great to be given guidance, but then what's even better is to be given a template to work with. And instead of having to spend the time to build it from scratch, I can redecorate it, right? So think of it like a model home. For all of you, it's so much faster to move into a model home and paint a few walls and rearrange the furniture than it is to dig the hole in the ground, pour the foundation, frame the house, build it. That takes about 7 to 8 months on average, depending on the home. Versus if the model home's already built, you can get the keys next week and move in and make it your own. So instead of building anything from scratch, take something that's working, that's proven, and incorporate it into your practice, make it your own, and off you go, right? You can save all that time, energy, money, effort, and put that same energy, money, and effort into promoting what you've created instead of simply building it. Because once you build it, that takes a lot of energy, but then you've got to promote it and get people to see it. So we do help people save that step. And I think that's one of the key differences between our community, is that not only do we share as perfect practice, but everyone else in the community shares as well. Like I know that when you create a resource, or Natalie creates a resource, or Miranda creates a resource, everyone is so open and willing to share that resource with the rest of the individuals. So it's a very collaborative versus a competitive type of environment that we're in. And I love that. I love that that symbiosis that we have with each other.
There's no competition. I love it.
Awesome. Well, Keta, thank you. And, here's to your continued growth and success. And I'm excited to hear what your kids have to say about you in the next few months and in the next year or two, because I know it's going to be, you're going to continue to do transformational work to serve people. So appreciate you. Lots of love, lots of gratitude, and have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. Let's all show Keta some love in the chat and our appreciation for her. And thank you for inspiring us today.
Thank you.
Oh, I have a quick question. That reel that you did, how many views does it have now? Was that 6
So
million before?
at this point, it's 10 million. And I have a couple other that
wow.
are getting into millions and hundreds of thousands. And, actually thought about the question you asked me about my kids. I remember exactly what he said in the car. He said, simply, here's my mommy. She's a doctor and she saves people's lives. Those are his words, because that got me very emotional. I was thinking, oh, wait, my mommy saves people's lives. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So proud
10
of you.
million. Thank
10
you.
million. Wow.
Yeah.
And who would have thought, right? A simple challenge would, transpire into something like this. And, now you messaged me last week and you emailed me like, what do I do with all these people? How do I
Right.
help them? How do I grow and create a,
And the help was there.
yeah.
You guys helped me. So it's amazing to have that, those people behind you.
Well, hard work pays off and consistency pays off. And it's great to see it all coming to fruition for you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
You're so welcome.